you pumping that to?
Right now it's going into the lateral to the main, Montoya main, right here on top. The canals are right here. The contingency pump we're putting in will be pumping all the way over. We'll have to somehow get it over the lateral
Yeah, we'll go to the southern drain.
to the other side, and we'll have to put in a temporary bridge or something, or a culvert. And because that pump is about 5 times as big as this one, right?
Right, it's, yeah, at least 3 times as big as this
This is
one.
3 times, yeah, so that'll give us, between the two of them, will give us the historic capacity of it. So if we have a storm event, we can mobilize. So we're getting everything there, we're not turning it on, that's a real big pump. But if we were to have a storm event in the next 45 days, we're gonna be done in 45 days, right?
It'll be done by tomorrow.
No, we'll be done with having the pump there, but I mean, Robert's gonna be done.
Oh,
with
with
the-
water, yeah.
Yeah, so as soon as we get done, we'll have to excavate this out and open it back up. And we're working on the design. It is now an engineer project. So, at this point, we're gonna have to de-water, as Peter and I had talked about, right? So that's probably our biggest mistake, was not de-watering. Me not recognizing that it needed special conditions, and then at the time, we just didn't call for it. So in the city, we meet with the city on this on Thursday, right?
Tomorrow. So with the water table that high, how long to get the maintenance done? Is that gonna be pumping into that Montoya main?
Well, we'll go in right after the season's over, and we'll open it up. We'll remove all that stuff.
Probably the de-water is gonna be the longest process.
Oh. Yeah, and then we'll contract, we gotta get with the city to see, and try to get, and talk to them about paying for it, and then so what we'll go in is, we'll put in 4 to 6 wells in that area, and we'll force the dewatering on it, because we don't have time to wait.
And what happens to that dewatered water?
It just doesn't.
Travel down?
Yeah.
It's not available for, nobody probably wants it. It just goes out by the river then.
It's pretty
All the
salty.
way down by,
I mean,
Cement? Yeah.
Well, it won't be too salty, because it's really irrigation water. Right?
You won't deliver it?
It actually won't be too salty. We get the shell, but anyways, it's, but are you just gonna get rid of it?
Just wants to make sure you don't flood in.
I'm not further that way, but I know exactly.
So
what's
basically,
going on here.
anytime in the future, you just figure dewatering in that area, it's always, the water table is always high there.
Right. That was a mistake, we should have dewatering.
Oh, shit.
Should have called for dewatering. Of course, the dewatering costs as much as the culvert costs.
All right, Al, what else you got?
It's always money, right?
It's always
money.
So that's been our excitement. First the Franklin Canal, and then the Montoya drain. So it's been a busy 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Al, you got anything else?
That's it for me.
That's it for you. How about the status third party? Is that Jay?
There's done.
There's none, okay. You ready to move on to Pete? Have at it, Pete.
Let's see, I gotta get on back to yours. Hold on. I'm better at this. It's not that we don't know the software, it's that my eyesight is such that I can't see over there on the wall.
Comes with old age.
So
Make no excuses, Glenn.
the very first one?
You have a mouse?
Right after the,
Yeah, you have, you
Yeah,
need
right
to
after.
mouse.
You can use that mouse. Just flip
right
the-
side or left side?
Flip the circle,
Circle, roll.
or roll it, yeah.
Okay, so that's another pipe that failed up here. This is over by Hideaway Lakes, the road that takes you from Texas 20 out to Hideaway Lakes. On this project here, we installed 60 feet of 60-inch that was paid by Mr. Tony Rancich, and we paid for one section that was directly under the private ditch that goes over the top. Everything else was paid by Tony Rancich.
This is the same technique we used at Mulberry, but
Right.
this is, here we haven't had a problem because the diameter is smaller and it's not that high, well, it's the steel reinforced HDPE. This is a stronger pipe.
Yeah, we've never had any problems with these right here. Yeah, this is over by the Garcia farm, same place by Hideaway Lakes. And that's the road after we were completed with it.
Stone notch there.
So the district was just gonna put in one segment, Tony said,
We don't have any.
widen it up.
That's whatever.
He asked me to extend it by 20 feet
You
and
didn't
wanted
see
to
the
go
back
inside.
of there, did you?
And, yeah, all that additional pipe was
Yeah,
paid
okay.
by him.
Okay.
This is actually a failure on, also on the, branch A. And water was going out it straight into the drain, as you can see, pipe was
There's a
in
transfer point, huh?
Yeah, pipe was in pretty sad shape. It actually didn't look too bad with the outside. But, I think there was a picture here of,
That's why we use that other pipe.
what it looked like after we pulled it out.
Wow. Man,
Before, after.
that's our irrigation water, huh?
So,
Where's this at, Pete?
this is right on, Yarborough.
Oh,
Yarborough, right behind the, what is it, the McDonald's, Yarborough North Loop?
Behind the Walmart.
Behind the Walmart, yes, sir. Yeah, that's Yarborough right there on that street to the left.
How old was that, do you think?
I don't know, I don't think I've never replaced it, so it's been there for at least over 30 years. And you can see on the pipe, it's that old pipe, very thick pipe.
Oh, it's zinc and not that level?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Very thick pipe. And here's the new pipe going in. We've had to straighten out the community ditch a little bit in order to get a straight shot, as you can see right there. Concrete on the downstream side, concrete on the upstream side. It'll be used this weekend again for the first time since the leak. This one here is one of the City of Socorro's projects. This is under Zabu and Bovey Road, right in front of Socorro Middle School. And as you can see, we have water lines, we have gas lines, just about everything. We had a crossing our right of way there. I had gas company come out here and support their line, and also El Paso Water supported their line. How nice it would be to put a repipe like this on dry ground.
That's what it's gonna look like when we do it this year.
But we did put it together at the dry ground, that we just dragged it underneath all the utilities that were crossing the drain. And this is Zabu Drive after we were completed with it. Again, this was also funded by the City of Socorro. They paid for everything on this. This here is on North Loop. We dug out the Isla, I guess, in the end of last year's winter maintenance, and we hadn't had a chance to pick up all the soil, but here we're picking it up, transporting it about half a mile west, and rebuilding the Y303. This ditch back here, where you see that dump truck there, we couldn't even get a pickup through there. So we're widening that whole bank in order to be able to maintain it, mow it, and if the ditch rider wants to use it, he can actually use it. This is right by Worsham Road. And then some of the cleanup on the drains. This is over by Cougar Park here in Socorro, right behind the Aliviana, before and after picture. Same area.
what do you do with all the brush once you cut it?
We kind of just compacted into the banks.
Oh, you're losing the banks?
Yeah, we'll use it in the banks. All these are before and after pictures. This is right there by Kegel. City drain, Mesa drain by Styles. There's a by Kegel also. And then we've completed another 4 wells. This one here is Franklin Feeder 6. This well here was giving us about 0.91 CFS. It was giving us under a CFS. This is Joey getting ready to blast it.
Yeah, it is plenty.
What should I look like, bro?
I know, or I'll go on, that looks like.
After he blasted it, we went from a 0.91 to a 3.4. We blasted Franklin Feeder 8. We went from a 1.0 to a 3 plus also.
So 3 CFS,
3 CFS.
3 times the gain?
Franklin Canal 3.5, that was a new install. That's right below the Salitral, which is this one here. That one's also giving us a little over 3 CFS, and this is the new meters now that we have purchased.
How are they working out?
Well, actually, this is the first one we've installed.
What's a blast? I mean,
I'm sorry?
Blast one, I'm not sure.
Primer core,
You just throw it into the
yeah, show you
well,
back up and show them
In a
the,
straight line.
and then
Yeah,
you blow it up.
you don't
I
coil
saw
it
that, but I
up.
don't know what the hell. what the
He
heck.
ties it to that,
Yeah.
And then-
it's just a sandbag
that sandbag is just for the weight to bring it
Okay.
down.
to make it straight.
Put a dynamite or something? or-
That is dynamite.
It's,
But it's instantaneous. Right, so
See-
it goes.
I think what, C4, is that what it is?
It's,
We're
Pretty
licensed
close
to do
to
that?
drill,
We're
we're
using a-
This day and age?
using a certain, person that is
Yeah,
licensed.
the person
Yes.
is like-
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, we don't do this.
Okay, I was gonna say, I didn't know you were certified to throw
It's
dynamite.
not, it's a nitroglycerin based explosive.
All right.
So what they do is they go in there and they'll sleeve it with a smaller pipe. They'll sleeve it, then they'll come back and they'll blast it.
So you open up the cavity? So
Yeah, actually, when you blast it, you'll see the water rushing into the casing. I
Interesting.
mean, it just flows.
All right.
You know, it can collapse the casing and stuff, but since it's sleeved,
The whole casing collapses.
I didn't know that.
you don't wanna do it unless you're sleeving it. I mean, your pump will get, no, you don't gotta take the pump
No,
out.
we used to-
You wanna get it back in, right?
So if I threw it in my well and I blasted, my neighbors would be upset? Or you think they
No,
would?
no,
Well,
you
you
can't.
might ruin your well, you gotta.
It's not that loud. How loud is it when
It's
it's
not
like a
too
shotgun
loud.
blast?
No,
Yeah,
it's not very loud at
Oh,
all.
okay.
Cause you keep it below the wire.
Are you putting new liners or you just blast it?
No, they're the new liners. You'll install a new liner before
and
you
then
blast
blast
it.
it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we would, I'm pretty safe if we did it without the new liner, we would have,
We'd
about
probably go-
every third well would collapse.
Yeah, we lose it.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks, Pete, I appreciate that.
So these are new meters that we're installing on all our wells. These meters actually have the capability to where you can see it on the internet. You know, Al needs to come back and do some additional hardware to it and some additional
Well, your
things to it.
monitors, real time, the wells?
Yes.
That day, we didn't budget for the radios, but these now will connect directly to radios.
Or
Our other ones that just, we've used, they're so old, they just deteriorated.
I can't even
On
find
your phone
replacement parts.
devices,
I'm sorry?
your phone, smartphones, you can track it.
Yes.
Yeah, if you wanted to, but we haven't ever budgeted for the radios.
With your new Bluetooth in your trucks, you can be doing that.
I think they keep it at the supervisory level right now, so.
And these are the boxes now that we did, we had to do it to where it splits, like a clamshell,
Yeah, it's too big, yeah.
because it's just too big to have it flip. So these are the new boxes that we're doing, the vandal boxes that we're doing for those meters. I've got a crew right now just building vandal boxes. As they complete them, we'll start installing.
So how's the vandalism? Is it gone down, died down to nothing?
It almost has gone down to nothing.
I remember you guys we were having a little problem with
I
that.
don't think we've had
Batteries have been disappearing and.
we removed all the batteries. None of the wells have batteries. We removed them all. Anytime we're gonna start a well, we go out there and we actually hook up to our truck and we jump start. We got tired of replacing batteries. So, but those are the vandal boxes. And right here, you can see what that 3.5 looks like. This is actually a video. Let me see if I can get this thing to work.
I've always wondered why it sticks
Very
out. Is
good.
there an engineering reason for that?
That was a maintenance supervisor reason.
Instead of straight out, I mean, back in the
No,
day, it's straight
the
out.
reason we had the incline on it was because the old meters, you had to have a full pipe in order for the meter to recorrect.
Yeah,
So
So-
your outlet had to be higher than your meter.
yeah, normally if you just, all you have to do is just cut this, it has to have a little bevel on the end,
Yeah,
just so that it sort of uplifts a little, or you can just put a flat plate. What I told Greg, the guy that did it at the time, said just put a plate across it, that's all it takes. And you just need to have a little back pressure, not very much. And every place else I just do it with a little plate, and it works, you can't really tell. And then it works. And,
I've always wondered, I'm just curious.
that was, I think that's all Schedule 40 pipe too, right? So anyways, a long story about,
How many
engineering
gallons-
didn't have much
how many
influence on
gallons
the
are you
maintenance
getting
contractor.
per minute?
or
Does
supervisor.
the meter read that? How many gallons?
Yes.
per minute?
The new meter, that's the new meter right there.
Digital.
That's the new
3
meter.
CFS, 1,500 gallons.
1500 gallons?
I think this, see if this one looks any better here. The video actually kind of better. You can see it there. What the meter's doing.
That one doesn't have any moving parts, that's a magnetic meter, so it just has a sensor that goes through the flow. And it can sense, it can sense partially full pipes, so
Right.
we can cut those all off. Those cost us, we don't run on the wells that much, but we run them full time, those cost us probably about an extra $100 a month, something like that, each one, adds up over
And that's it.
10 years.
But that's the new meter that's going into our wells now. We have a total of 10 that we'll be replacing,
Could have paid for the rate.
and hopefully we'll, I believe Mr. Reyes and Omar are working to see if we can possibly get a grant to install some.
Right.
I think you just put the telemetry boxes, we could just go on the inside of the pump, the vandal, whatever you call those cages, you know,
Right.
and then you wouldn't have to do as much vandal proofing of those.
But no, most of these wells have tremendous improvement from where they were before we sleeved them and blasted them. Of course, we're going to larger ground walls. That's 1 to 3/4 inch.
So,
That's all I have. Any questions for me?
Thank you, Pete. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good work as always.
Thank you, sir.
Robert, what do you got going on here? You're already thinking of the end date, huh?
This is your time to speak up.
Yep, it'll be time. Now, because a lot of farmers have been asking when we're gonna cut off, and we need to have some kind of direction to kind of prepare them, so. This is pretty well, almost identical to last year. Friday, September the 13th is when we're requesting, we're gonna start taking the last orders for Unit 6 and Unit 7. And then come Monday, which is the 16th, we're asking them, okay, we're gonna start coming down, start to water everybody. And then during that time, we still got 2 more irrigations of swamp tracks during the last 2 weeks. So we'll try to get the farms out of there and also the swamp tracks. And then we're asking to cut off the Caballo on the 29th, which is on a Friday. On a Saturday, excuse me. That way we'll shut it off on a Saturday, the drop will hit Mesilla Sunday afternoon, and we're able to finish out everybody in the 6th.
The 28th?
Yeah, the 28th.
On Unit 6, yeah. So Unit 9 will still have water all the way to.
We were thinking that we're gonna have to cut it off early, but talking to Pete Chewy, they're gonna leave they're not gonna do no work to the riverside this year, so, and they're not gonna do nothing to the Franklin feeder, so we can continue running water just like you know, because last year to 1st of November,
Okay.
and we can still cover return flow for.
Yeah, most of us don't even need it 1st of November, but we at least about 10th of
October.
October. A
So,
lot of that for the pecans, that last little water.
and if everything works out like last year we still had some pretty good flows toward the end of the year.
Okay.
So everybody's agreeing that's the way we'll put
So
it
this
out.
year preliminary guesswork, and that looks pretty good to me, don't it, Dave?
Okay?
Yeah, that's good.
It's identical to last year.
It
And
is.
it
Okay.
worked out pretty good.
Last year worked.
And then what we do here, the Unit 7, Unit 6, we say last order date's the Friday, but we'll keep taking orders and then it's to see that we can still water people out, and eventually, toward the last week, we tell them, that's it. But the 28th of September looks like will be the cutting off for
Okay.
that's it.
And
I
that's
understand, so maybe you say it 3 times, because I did all my stuff based on the 10th, which is what I needed to do before.
Yeah,
This is a change from what we did at the beginning.
September 28th.
well, no, I like this better myself.
Okay,
I think that's good.
you're speaking, you and Larry are speaking for the big on guys, so you got it, Robert. So,
Yeah.
That'll work.
That'll work, yeah.
It worked at the end of the last year, and it worked
Yeah,
out
last
pretty
year
good.
worked, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as Larry and I don't get our well going, yeah.
Yes, we can. But that's good. We'll start giving it to dispatch and put it online, and that way everybody can get prepared for it.
Okay.
Okay, then we come back to water deliveries. Kind of took the acre that we watered this year versus last year, surprising, starting with June to June of this year. We're almost watered the same amount of acres as last year, because there's been not a lot of cotton in our valley, but we still, last year we watered 117,000, this year we're right at 110, excuse me. So acre-wise, they're almost identical. Water usage, I guess you didn't cover that, don't you? But right now, up to the end of July, we use right around 65,000 acre feet. Rough off, so, and I think that when it's all over and done with, we'll still have carryover with about 260. So we're gonna have to
60?
200.
You guys have enough water to run to October 10th, so don't short yourself.
Well, that October, as long as I know there's water even return flow to October 10th, that's about where, normally about October 1 is where I kind of think about it, but it depends on the year, and you can go, Larry can speak too. We found out all us pecan guys many years ago, those of us that have been in it a long time, like me and Larry, that we were cutting our water off to people.
No, I understand that.
And so now we know, we gotta carry up and through about that first week of October, or else we end up with some stick tights and some quality problems.
Right.
Right at the end of it.
I mean, the thing is, there's an opportunity here for you to leach water this year.
That's true.
And even if it was a maintenance stream of, the water quality will start dropping off when we cut off the reservoir. So even if we drop down to where it was a small release during that time period, you should take advantage of it. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Unless you think you can get those extra irrigations in now, but you can only put on so much water.
No, because the plant's alive, so that's why we wait till winter to do that leaching that you're talking about. So it'd be real nice, you wanna open up the dam in the winter for us.
No, I was thinking about that they just keep watering heavy from the first 2 weeks in October.
Yeah.
See the smirk on Yvette's face over there?
Well, you have the right to open to do a release in October. You can do a release in any month of the year. The amount of water required to recharge the system, that becomes very high. And there's certain procedural difficulties with doing it past October 15th. So because we're into our other season, we have a short season this year to get a lot of work done. So that you have the 2 weeks, as we've talked about before, that you can take advantage of right now. That would be to continue releases between October 1st, if there's demand, even if maintenance demand, to October 10th or October 15th. That is your 2 weeks to take advantage of this water that we have. And
Well, the only problem now is, like I said, your trees, you can still,
you can only put so much water on.
yeah.
But I'm just,
Yeah, I know, I appreciate it, that's a good thought.
it's,
I think Larry and I are okay, what do you think? Larry,
I'm okay with
this
what we
same
did
thing?
last year.
Last year, because we do need water to the 10th. Now, if that requires keeping the dam open, or do you think there'll be enough return flows and stuff like that?
well, why don't we do the contingency, make sure that there's
Why
adequate
don't-
flows in the river, at least in that time range that we have to do a release. I mean, I know Robert has reasons why he'd like to shut the dam down on doing it, but I don't think you should give up the opportunity, because when you start posting this, then people start holding you to that. I mean, it's not an option anymore, it becomes a.
But now it works the other way too. Like you said, it holds you to it. You get a guy with 5 acres up there, now there's no acres, but you're gonna need a water there for 5 acres. He wants it on the 15th of October. You know, what do?
You accommodate.
Well, you get him with return flow, because he only has 5 acres. You got the-
It just nails you to that date that if you're gonna do it, I don't have no problem with it. You're gonna do it, just do it.
Right, no, I understand what
The
you're saying, that's what he's
Unit
telling you
6
guys. You
The
have to make
Unit
this-
6 and the Unit 7, they'll wait around to the 15th of
I
October.
sure will.
Don't take a vote till we discuss it more.
It doesn't, however you wanna do it. If you wanna go to the 15th, we'll go to the 15th.
Anything's possible,
Yeah.
just study it a little bit more.
It'd just be,
Well,
He
Robert wants to
needs,
get this out.
he's asking for direction right now, aren't you, Robert? 'Cause you-
well, you
Yeah,
know,
let's,
As long as he gets it by the end of the board meeting, that's fine.
I can wait longer, it gives the farmers an idea if they wanna plant some alfalfa
Let's do it
or
close
some
session.
grass, whatever.
well, it's not on the agenda for close session. we can schedule we only need 3 board members, we've done this numerous times, a special board meeting just on allocation issues to set these numbers because they're so critical. So let's let you guys have a time to talk to other farmers out there and see what there is. Obviously, if we don't have the demand, we're not gonna just waste water, so we're not gonna do that. And I know, but it causes problems for Robert too, but anyways, let's do that for right now.
You're talking about also Unit 6, right?
Yeah,
We're
I
talking
mean, you don't have
about
much, you don't have any
6,
choice, right? It's a problem.
Well, this is what, the exact program we did last year.
We didn't have this much water last year.
No,
We have
I
a lot more
understand that, so
water
we're
this
gonna have a
year.
lot, but I don't remember anybody saying they were
You-
short. Did
you
you
guys
get
want me
any
to-
complaints at the end of the
To
last
walk
year?
you through what, the whole thing about this, I will, we've done it before, I'm just advising you, I'm recommending you that you keep your option open to use that water, I think the general manager is too, right?
Yeah, let's,
We'll just wait until they.
let's wait till the end of the
We
meeting.
can, to the end of the meeting.
In the meeting,
Well, I didn't mean to get everybody upset.
No, we're not, we're just,
okay. You have that effect, Robert, you have that effect.
it's just, you know, I mean, these numbers are just coming in so fast, and we know.
Yeah,
It's just.
well, you know, to have this problem is great, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
it sure is. Is next board meeting too late?
I think.
We can call a special meeting in 72 hours, and we've done this numerous times before, because these are critical issues to the farmers, and what I recommend too is we just go ahead and table it right now, and then we call that meeting in a week
Yeah, I
or
would
so.
prefer,
Well,
that rather
well,
than
we
say.
Do it September 11th?
Well, he needs to, you would like to get this on the website as quick as
Why don't
possible.
we do this, and just go to October the 5th, the following Saturday?
We need, there's other people in this that needs to be discussed with.
Okay.
That's probably what's gonna happen at the best anyways, but I'm just saying, that we've gotta keep our options open, so.
No, we
Let's,
just-
let's go ahead and table it for right now.
If we need a special
Special
meeting, we
meeting,
can
let's
call
do
for
it.
it.
Yeah, we just need three people.
Yeah, we can even do it telephonically.
No, you can't do
No,
it
you
telephone.
cannot. Okay, well, that's good. We can have another meeting. Like I said, second day.
Unless it's an emergency.
Okay. Now, we're gonna
It
table
is
it,
an
but I, tentatively, my opinion, I think this will work.
Well, I'll hold it off.
So let's wait a minute.
Just hold off till the end of the meeting.
Let me,
It's fine.
just hold on.
However you want to do it, we can go to the, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You gotta understand that we're
Yeah,
gonna
you
run
have to
it,
approve
we're
it.
gonna run the
Shut
east and the
No,
west
you're
at the
not
same
approving it.
time.
Okay.
Because there'll be people calling for it on the east side too.
Yeah, there will be, so, yeah, let's maybe wait a week. Let's talk to some people.
Yeah, you need to talk to them.
Just give me direction and then we'll do it.
We'll get it done.
Okay,
That's all I need.
okay. All right, Robert.
On those, I'll leave.
Okay, and that,
Thanks.
thank you, Robert, appreciate it. You've done a great job all year.
Oh, sometimes it's rough.
Yeah, I noticed you saved a lot of water down there on the lower end.
You got out there.
I hear you're gonna hit me with that one.
That's why you're leaving, okay.
Yeah, he's getting out of here fast.
Jay, subdivision plots, are we doing any of that?
No, we have none this month.
All right, and we have an application.
We have a single application from
Thank you.
Paso Water.
Thank you all. All right. Okay, we have an application, go ahead, sorry.
We have application 2152 by El Paso Water Utilities for a new 8-inch PVC water main under the Juan de Herrera lateral within Loma Land Drive roadway. And that'll be jack and board, man, so we won't be open cutting anything, so. They submitted all proper documentation and engineering recommends this. For approval.
Okay, they have submitted all the,
Are they going under the street? Jay?
They're redoing the street, so, yes, they're gonna redo that whole section, so they're gonna go ahead and bore and then repave. They don't want to, they have to cut up further, put the bore machine down in there.
okay.
But yes, they're redoing the streets and new sidewalks and all that.
All right, and engineers recommending approval.
Yes.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Larry moves. Mike seconds. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
This will be done.
Okay,
so
I
after
think,
irrigation.
are we about through except for closed session?
That's it.
We are.
All right, let's all take a break and meet back here in about 5 minutes.
Finally.